To quote Gerard Piqué, se queda. Messi is staying after his future at Barcelona was looking extremely murky, and today he spoke out for the first time since sending that burofax that informed the club of his intention to leave for free. By the way, I'm Adrian, thanks for joining me, and let's get to it. Friday was spent pacing around the house glued to Twitter as it was announced that Messi was going to release a statement at 5 p.m. local time in Barcelona, but 5 p.m. came and went, no statement, and so we waited for 6 p.m. and there we had it. Lionel Messi spoke exclusively to goal.com to give his account of everything, and I have linked the article below, both the Spanish version and the English version, which is very much abridged, so you can read it for yourself if you would like, as I will just focus on the most pertinent aspects. So what did he have to say? In regards to wanting to leave, Messi said, quote, Bartomeu, all my homies hate Bartomeu. I'm kidding, he didn't say that. Not exactly. But he did say, quote, I told the club, including the president, that I wanted to go. I've been telling him that all year. I believed it was time to step aside. I believed that the club needed more young players, new players, and I thought my time in Barcelona was over. I felt very sorry because I always said that I wanted to finish my career here. I told the president, and well, the president always said that at the end of the season, I could decide if I wanted to go or if I wanted to stay. And in the end, he did not keep his word. This won't come as a surprise to anyone, Bartomeu going back on his word like that, as he hasn't exactly endeared himself to, well, anyone at the club, really, it's seemingly. The players, the fans, anyone. At least the true Barcelona players, that is. And so Messi also spoke on the burofax that he had sent that stated his intention to leave the club, saying that he sent it to make it official and that he wasn't going to be taking up the optional year on his contract, which has come out to actually have been more of a 3+1 contract than a normal 4-year contract. But why didn't he send it earlier? Why didn't he send it before June 10th? We know that verbally he and Bartomeu were apparently on the same page in knowing that Messi wanted to leave. And to this, Messi says, what they say is that I did not say it before June 10th, but I repeat, we were in the middle of all the competitions and it was not the moment. But apart from that, the president always told me, when the season is over, you decide if you stay or leave. He never set a date, and well, it was simply to make it official that I wouldn't continue, but not to start a fight, because I didn't want to fight against the club. This checks out, and is honorable of Messi to not have an ugly end to his legacy via a court battle with the club that he has been with for 20 years now. Granted, there's definitely a bit of a stain on his time with Barcelona now, but it's not exactly his doing. Perhaps he should have made it official that he was going to leave Barcelona prior to June 10th. That's his bad, especially if he had actually said all season long that he was ready to move on. Then he should have just filed the necessary paperwork to ensure that it was known that he wanted to leave Barcelona regardless of whether it was during the return of La Liga or not. But conversely, let's look at the other side of things too. If Bartomeu knew that he intended to leave all season long, as Messi says, and then he doesn't allow him to leave, that's a jerk move. That's a real two-faced jerk move, in my opinion, by Bartomeu. And you'd think that with how much Messi has done for the club, both commercially and in regards to the titles he has brought them, the loyalty he has shown the club, because as he stated in the interview as well, there was plenty of opportunities for him to go and earn much more money elsewhere, and he didn't take them. The least that Bartomeu could do was come to an amicable agreement to allow him to leave if that was his wish, to look past his failure to meet the requirement of the clause before June 10th and allow him to leave. Or at least at the minimum, soften their stance and broker a deal for Messi to leave for 100 million euros or something like that. And hell, Bartomeu would be helping himself in doing so, because he would be cutting down the debt that he has to get rid of before his term is up next year, and he has to shoulder that debt himself. The outgoing president takes on the debt that he incurred during his reign. And in response to all of this notion of taking Barcelona to court, Messi said, quote, there was another way, and it was to go to trial. I would never go to court against Barca because it is the club that I love, which gave me everything since I arrived. It is the club of my life. I have made my life here. Barca gave me everything, and I gave it everything. I know that it never crossed my mind to take Barca to court. I would never do such a thing. I repeat, I wanted to go, and it was entirely my right, because the contract said that I could be released. And it is not, I'm leaving and that's it. I was leaving, and it cost me a lot. I wanted to go because I thought about living my last years of football happily. Lately, I have not found happiness within the club. Wow. And so, what about going forward? Messi stated that he will continue to give his best effort for Barcelona as he always has, and that he will dedicate himself to those that have supported him throughout this whole debacle, and to those that have had a bad year due to the pandemic, etc. And finally, there was a major misquote that was floating around on social media in which it was claimed that Messi said that Bartomeu's management has been a disaster, when in reality, he said the following, quote, I wanted a winning project and I wanted to keep winning titles with the club to continue making the legendary Barca bigger in terms of titles. The truth is that for some time, there has been no project. Nothing. They have been trying to balance things and continue to keep covering the cracks of things as they happen. So while he didn't explicitly say that Bartomeu's management of the club has been a disaster, he has said what everyone else has already been thinking. There is no plan at all with how they run the club. They aren't trying to upstream the problem, find the source of it, and get ahead with a resolution. They are trying to plug the holes as the ship sinks, instead of strengthening it before they get to see what is going on with all of these nautical references I'm making. As for his future, he did make sure to mention that whether he stays or goes, Barcelona will always be his home. He hasn't committed to ending his career there. The door still seems to be open in regards to a move after his contract is up. But with Bartomeu leaving within the next year, and taking into consideration how Messi talked about the sadness from his family at the prospect of leaving Barcelona, perhaps he will indeed end up retiring at Barcelona. Now, the only question is, you remember those stories that claim that Bartomeu said he would step down as president if Messi announces that he will stay at Barcelona? What are the chances that he just rubbishes those stories now? They seem quite high. Or perhaps he has enough on his plate at the moment with the recent reports of an investigation into his alleged corruption ongoing via the Catalan police force. That, plus the debt that he and his outgoing board could end up shouldering. I mean, the guy has plenty of problems. Maybe it is time to step away. And so, that puts an end to the Messi saga, for now at least. We'll see what happens over the next season here, as he acknowledged that they have a new coach with a new vision, and we'll have to see how the squad takes to that vision. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and if you appreciated this video, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here to find your way back easily. And if you don't want to miss a video, make sure you smack that bell below, my bro. Alright, I'm Adrian, I love ya, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao!